Signs your partner doesn't love you anymore.
This heart-wrenching thought has crossed your mind recently. If so, there are two things to recognize right away.
First, even though there may be some signs your partner isn't in love with you,
you can't know for sure until you actually talk to him about what's going on.
There may be an infinite number of reasons your partner might feel distant or seem unloving at the moment, even though he may still be in love with you.
Well, let's talk about what are the signs your partner doesn't love you anymore. Lack of communication. This is arguably one of the most painful signs he doesn't love you anymore. Communication is key in every relationship, and whenever there is a lack of it, or it isn't effective, the relationship has a higher tendency of falling apart. Effective in the sense that he is not ignoring you, but the interest to talk that he used to have just isn't there anymore. Note that this includes both verbal and nonverbal communication. When you notice this over a prolonged period of time, even after putting in effort to fix it, you should realize that it is likely his feelings have changed. Giving unnecessary excuses to avoid you. So normally, you guys loved being together at all times, but nowadays, he gets irritated at your every breath, not to talk of hanging out together. Girl, this is definitely a bad sign. Also, if it has come to your notice that somehow you cannot run into each other despite being in the same house, you should know that this isn't a coincidence. He may just be giving you an indirect signal that he wants out. Sometimes, in order to avoid going out with you, he might give unnecessary excuses or make something up, which you obviously can see through, in most cases. This is one of the more subtle signs he doesn't love you anymore. Being secretive. For instance, excusing himself to pick a call, not allowing you to have access to his phone as usual, tilting his phone so that you won't be able to see his messages when you sit beside him, going out without letting you know of his whereabouts, and whenever you ask him about it, he puts you in your place. A guy who loves you would tell you most things and would not want to hide anything from you, but if that is not the case, he doesn't love you anymore. He would feel like he has no duty or obligation to let you know, and you have no right to question him. To him, his feelings for you and the time you guys spent together are in the past now. This is definitely a bad sign, and you should as well take it seriously. Getting angry with no definite reason. Perhaps your man has always been a patient fellow, always easygoing with people, and even more with you. But then, you suddenly notice that he has been getting angry and yelling at you for every little thing you do, and might sometimes feign being angry so as to push you away. His tolerance level drops by the minute, and he is always doing things himself, because according to him, you make him angry. He is likely trying to opt out of the relationship, and he is giving you every reason to do the same. He gives you little or no attention. Another one of the signs he doesn't love you anymore is that he doesn't want to be involved in your life. Whenever you want to talk to him, he says he's busy, and when he does, he doesn't give you attention. He avoids your eyes, probably picks up his phone while you rant and ramble. Perhaps he no longer asks you how your day went, how you feel, or even take you out on a date. He prioritizes little things over you and says no to any suggestion you make that might try to reveal his feelings for you. Another case is him being weirdly quiet when you know you did something that would have made him angry. This could be tricky though. He might be holding in his anger and waiting for the perfect time to explode, or he might just be totally uninterested in whatever you do. He keeps forgetting special events. Special events such as your birthday, Valentine's Day, anniversary, and other special days are rarely forgotten by those that cherish you, not to talk of the person you are dating. Also, if on his birthday, he decides to spend it with his friends and does not give you any time throughout the day, this is a sure red flag. He stops saying loving words. Although we cannot say all men do this because they might push for the fact that they believe in action rather than words. Quite a number of them do. Words of affirmation of love soften a partner's heart, so people tend to use it a lot. The absence of loving words such as "I love you" and "I miss you" for a long period of time, with no action to be meted out in its stead, is a big but sometimes subtle sign he doesn't love you anymore. He does not care about your feelings. Regardless of what a man is going through, he would still care about his lady's feelings. He might not be as sweet and loving as usual, but he would still try to know what's going on with you. He would comfort you and try to make you feel better. So, here's the sad twist. This is not the case for a man who is falling out of love with his lady. He might have little or no interest in whatever she's feeling. Although he might be aware of what's going through her mind, he pretends to be unaware, simply oblivious. He doesn't want to have anything to do with you in public. Whenever your man does not want you to be seen with him in public, or doesn't introduce you as his woman to his friends, but just wants to keep it between you two in private, it could be a sign that he doesn't love you enough and is trying to opt out of the relationship. Whatever a man cherishes, he boasts about it. He should do the same for you. He should be able to stand with you as your man in public and introduce you as his woman whenever the need arises, and not you hiding away like a side chick. He blocks you out from contributing in decision making. Before now, anything that was agreed upon was a mutual decision. But recently, you often try to guess what's going on in his mind. He does not tell you about any project, work, or anything regarding him. He just wants to do it all by himself and for himself. Those feelings of togetherness and connection he once felt for you are all in the past now. This is definitely not a good sign. Being rude with his words. He starts to use harsh words on you without caring if he is hurting your feelings. He doesn't filter his words, he just says them in the way he wants, and sometimes he does this intentionally. Also, he might reply to you in a sarcastic manner. For him, all he knows is that he wants to leave the relationship, but might not know how to put it in words, so he just uses this impolite behavior to blurt out his feelings. He begins to compare you with other women. With any little flaw you make, he uses that as an opportunity to bring up other women, especially his ex. No man who loves his girlfriend or wife would compare them to any other. Instead, he would learn to accept her flaws while helping to make her a better person. So guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. For more interesting content, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video.